Wow, we are scary close to Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND's release. I mean, I'm recording this as of January 7th, and for some reason, like in between this entire ReMIND hype train, I have not made this video yet. Probably should have made this a couple of weeks ago. But how's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another video on the channel. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is going to be featuring a lot of new bosses and likely other fights as well that may or may not be very difficult for players who aren't used to Kingdom Hearts style of super bosses. We are guaranteed, according to the listing, at a minimum of 14 bosses, which is quite a substantial amount. A lot of these may end up being the buffed up versions of Keyblade Graveyard bosses we saw in the last trailer, though if they are anything like the data battles from Kingdom Hearts 2 or upscaled or other Kingdom Hearts games Final Mixes bosses, we're in for a pretty rough but maybe fun time. I compiled a list of small little things that will help you have a easier time with some of the ReMIND bosses and even prepare you for the story of it. Without further ado though, let's get on to the video. Read the secret reports. Do you hear me? Read the secret reports. Seriously, I'm not messing around. I've come to realize that a wide majority of people who have played Kingdom Hearts 3, I've only found this out recently, have not read the secret reports, which contains tons of additional information that you should know about going into Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, and also the next saga as well. Remember that girl that Ansem Seeker of Darkness, Syax, Axel, and Ansem the Wise were all talking about in the game? Well, they completely expand upon that in the secret reports. There's passages written by Syax and Subject X herself, who is the girl they were talking about. There's a big reason everyone thinks Subject X or that girl they were talking about is Scold, and it's completely because of things the secret reports gave to us. That's not all though. There's also exclusive passages involving a young Xehanort talking about his Mark Mastery exam, where he reveals some very interesting information about both him and Ericus, which directly connects to a certain scene we'll be seeing in ReMIND. There's also plenty of other things that I'm not going to spoil for you if you haven't read, not in this video at least, though there is a video where I do read all of the secret reports that you can click on right here. Next up, now this isn't something entirely confirmed, but is highly likely considering certain clues and 2 items you get in Kingdom Hearts 3 if you collect all the lucky emblems and beat Kingdom Hearts 3 on critical mode. For those in the loop, you know these are very likely ways you'll have to unlock Keyblade's Oathkeeper and Oblivion, which are confirmed to be free, proof of promises to get Oathkeeper, and proof of times past to unlock Oblivion, which I'm not gonna lie, is a considerable amount of work to do, though can be very easy to unlock if you look at a guide or get some good combat tips, which I will be providing in this video. Now, even without these things, I think critical mode is worth it just for the experience alone. If you are into a challenge or want to understand more of the complexities of Kingdom Hearts combat, or want to understand why people like myself are super crazy about like the boss design and everything else in the game on higher difficulties, then I think critical mode will give you a glimpse into all of that and will do you right. Adding on to this with some general combat tips that are extremely useful in critical mode and will likely be very useful for ReMIND boss fights, I highly recommend learning about the high utility in things like Keyblade switching and storing forms. Kingdom Hearts 3, unlike any other Kingdom Hearts game, allows you to switch between 3 Keyblades on the fly. Are there a lot of moments where the enemy is running away, or you aren't attacking, or you're doing a lot of blocking rather than being on the offense in Kingdom Hearts 3? Well, during those moments when you're in a form change, simply switch to another Keyblade, instead of sitting there letting the time drain out on your form change. It stores the meter that is constantly going down, and you can use this strategy to optimize your attack so you can get the most damage output possible. This is especially useful with form changes like Counter Shield, which is part of the Hero's Origin Keyblade, that allow you to store up power in your shield upon blocking, and even works with critical counters as well. Any form change can be stored by switching to another Keyblade. You can do this with multiple forms as well. It's an extremely useful technique. On top of Keyblade transformations, Kingdom Hearts 3 also introduced one of the coolest looking mechanics ever in air stepping. It allows for really fast-paced combat in a game where areas and arenas are so huge. Being able to close the gap like that is awesome, though air step has a lot more utility than just flying to them to attack. These little tricks with air step can really help you on higher difficulties, which if you want to play critical mode will come in quite handy. Timing your air step on higher difficulties, or even if you're having trouble on a lower difficulty, can be pretty useful. Doing a regular keyblade swinging combo might make it take a decent while to get a form change or situation command. A way we get around that is by using attacks that hit multiple targets at once. Things like thunder and arrow help, but they cost MP. A way to get around this without sacrificing any of your resources is by equipping a ability called Buzzsaw and air stepping into a giant group of enemies. The enemies have to be grouped up well for it to work though, but I trust you can tell when they're grouped up well. Unequipping Sonic Slash can potentially help you get the ability more often as well, but that isn't necessarily proven, just something that I feel helps. Additionally, you can air step into or out of almost anything. You can air step out of a combo to reset a combo, air step during magic like Water Gun, and even air stepping into a block is extremely useful in a lot of situations. Now, everyone was screaming at people to do this before Kingdom Hearts 3 because we knew there were going to be certain story events that directly tied back into Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. That thing being to watch the story for Kingdom Hearts Key. Now, I'll have a link to an entire playlist from KH Insider of all the important story updates of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross down below in the description, so you don't have to be addicted to a mobile game. But trust me when I say Kingdom Hearts Key might have a pretty interesting factor to play in ReMIND, just like how it was talked about in Kingdom Hearts 3 along with its secret reports. The reason I often praise the Kingdom Hearts 3 epilogue as potentially the best cutscene in Kingdom Hearts history for me is because it was essentially the big payoff of sitting through hours of story updates and watching an hour of key back cover, wondering who Lucio and where did the Master of Masters go. And while although it only answered one of those things, that cutscene set the tone for the next saga of Kingdom Hearts. That cutscene would not have become my favorite if I didn't watch key back cover at a minimum, or sat through hours of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross updates, which I do enjoy. You can catch up to everything related to Kingdom Hearts Key in just a couple of hours if you were really wanting to binge watch it. Before ReMIND, I highly recommend you experience the story and drama happening in those games so you understand any references made or story arcs that unfold. But that's going to about do it for this video. Leave a comment down below letting me know how some of these things go for you, and I hope I helped and gave you some useful information. ReMIND is only a couple of weeks away and I'm so excited, but I think most of you have plenty of time to do at least a couple of these things if you haven't already. If you enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the Union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.